One of the key takeaways that I've had from the conference is the importance of dialogue across regulatory regimes as well as internationally. So we've seen today, for example, how critical competition law is going to be in the regulation of this market, but that can't occur in isolation from data protection, for example. We've seen how divergent approaches in different jurisdictions add to cost.
Nobody wants to regulate AI at all. The US is influencing what gets done in the EU. The EU talks to the US about a meeting, and the only word that they hear is innovation.
When you look at the multi-layers regulatory framework in Europe that industry have to comply with, imposes very important challenges.
RAID has become a very important conference in the European landscape because we are able to address the real questions that we have, persons who can make a difference with respect to how we enhance the different challenges that we have. And there is a true, I think, an honest intention to actually speak to each other.
It's one of the few conferences where I expect to see data protection, AI, digital services and other disciplines spoken about on the same stage. In many other events, they might be multidisciplinary, but the topics aren't discussed in the same level of detail and meshed panels as they are at RAID.
So what we currently see that a lot of different forces on national level, on EU level, are in charge of enforcing rules, and these rules are partly overlapping. So there we would hope for a dialogue between different authorities and an alignment, and possibly the digital omnibus proposal that will come maybe in fall could also create a better situation.
Would you want to buy a black box, not knowing what is inside? What potentially legal pitfalls come alongside? What liability you would be incurring? In my view, not. And which is why we need to have a clear regime helping companies understand what is in the box.
And the reason why security matters is because when you have increased access to development, deployment, and usage of AI technologies, you have to ensure that you're doing so in a manner that is secure and that's protecting the data.
My key takeaways from the conference is a desire for change and an understanding of the regulatory burden that digital regulation is bringing into the technology sector. At the same time, optimism around the change that regulation can drive, and a bit of caution around over-regulation and a need to ensure that innovation is fostered and enabled by that regulation and not stifled in any way.